Okay, so part two of why no one likes J-Lo. The reputation. The reputation, honestly, is what kind of got me not fucking with J-Lo. And I feel like this reputation started, I would say almost like 10 years ago. Okay, so I think where things really started going wrong was the Motown tribute. If anything, that really put focus onto the lack of vocal of J-Lo. J-Lo's not a vocalist, she's an entertainer. So Motown, that's vocals. That's vocals, and it belongs to certain people. So that is kind of where things started going wrong, in my opinion. And then the music, it was very recycled. Like, it felt like rejected music from like Rihanna and Lady Gaga and shit like that. So that alone, she became very like puppeted. You know, not to say that J-Lo ever offered any like unique offerings to music, but there was a vibe to J-Lo. I don't know, J-Lo had a vibe. Like, as much of a puppet as people want to make her out to be, I feel like she did have a J-Lo vibe to her, like an identity. Brave was very experimental too, and compared to what else was out at the time. There was a few songs on there that just had the vibe of like era, but a majority of the album was it was different. It was new. So she took some risks in some projects, and then it just became very like recycled shit. Now the diva behavior, the way she treated like employees and shit, like that came out, and I think that's where I kind of started like, okay, that's a bit much. You know, first the Motown tribute was just not your thing. You shouldn't have done that. Whoever talked you into doing that should have been fired. Like, this is just not a good look. And then the diva behavior, you know, I think it was someone in a hotel was told not to talk to her or communicate with her. She asked J-Lo for an autograph, and J-Lo reported this, and I guess the employee got fired or something. Now, there's always like three sides to a story. There's hers and the truth. Maybe it was just an inappropriate time. You never know. Maybe she just felt like the way it was handled was inappropriately. Or maybe it's just that she really is a diva and, you know, she gave you some like kind of bullshit. So, and there was the other story. I can't remember what it was, but someone was told not to look her in the eye. Employees were advised not to look her in the eye, some shit like that. And then when you start getting orders like this and you're just like, okay, what the fuck? Don't even go outside. Then there was like being desperate for being in the public eye, like constantly ongoing, which is a big reason to why Ben and her didn't work out, and honestly it could very well be the same reason why they don't work out again. It seems like he's more private. She loves the media attention. She loves to be in the spotlight. She even had to get permission from him to do this album and movie based off of them, but she did it in a way where it didn't really include too much of him. But regardless, I imagine he felt a certain way, especially given Jane Fonda's response to that, where she was kind of like, don't do this. You can tell that there was obviously conversations had in the group between the people of what went wrong and what to avoid going wrong again. So since the release of the movie and the new album, which is quite good in my opinion, I like the album, I still listen to it, and it's actually quite different from what I expected it to be. For it to be like, you know, some recycled bullshit to something that actually had purpose. It's a nice listen. The movie itself is dope, like the visuals and shit like that. So it became a trend to hate her all on social media, like especially in regards to the movie and the album. Like, no one asked for this. Yeah, because of the negative feedback, it looks like that she or her team are buying positive comments, and you can see the same comment repeated on either the same post on a number of posts. Like, I don't know how it works, but it was shown in this video here. That, to me, you need a new team. And altogether, I think you need a new management, new team, in the sense of where to go direction wise. They state in this video too that there was lawsuits between the ex-manager, I forget his name, and the stylist Scott. Like, they got into it before, they had a falling out. Both manager and Scott, the stylist, spoke out publicly about their differences with J-Lo, and it wasn't positive. But what they failed to mention in this video is that they're now working for her again. They've been working for her for a bit. So I follow Scott on Instagram. He's always talked good about J-Lo since I can remember. So a lot of these times these videos are made, they'll just like shit on somebody just to fucking make it entertaining for the likes and the clicks and shit, and also giving out false information. There's so much fucking false information being put out about a number of people, but especially J-Lo. She don't sing, all these vocals are someone else's, and it's like, oh, it's Ashanti's, but then J-Lo can't sing. So if J-Lo can't sing, then Ashanti can't sing, but yet just People don't make sense sometimes. Another thing that I noticed people are bitching about in the comments that doesn't help her reputation is the fact that Ben is a recovering alcoholic and she went and made a alcoholic beverage of some sort. And then it's the videos that are the issue, though, is of her taking a fake sip of her drink. First I'm just like, nah, people are reaching, and then I checked it, I'm like, oh no, she really did indeed fake it. And then it was the skincare they had issue with. Apparently, like, she was lying about it. I mean, come on. Everything JLo has done to this day was not because of the skincare that she just kind of made recently. This is obviously roots and probably other things, little enhancements every now and then, I imagine. But one thing I noticed is that she is starting to show age, and people are really shitting on her in the comments of the way she looks, that she looks old. Now, it's kind of one of those situations for celebrities. They're advised to, you know, relate to everyday people and to not wear so much makeup or do all these cosmetic surgeries and such. And the moment that they don't, they get shat on. They get shat on for looking old, for looking natural, and it's like, oh, how dare you? So I don't know, you just can't please people in that. So since everything kind of died down, I noticed that social media isn't really riding her now. Thank God, because Jojo fucking Siwa, whatever that bitch's name is, put out Karma, and that's just, they've been running with it. And like, you just see everybody on social media, on these platforms, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, just fucking like jumping on it, yo. Jumping on it, like, because it's trendy. Even though facts aren't facts, they're just running with whatever fucking narrative bullshit that will get you interested in clicking and listening to the shit. But so that's why I like to kind of just give in the insight of what's really going on, and it's like, it's not as dramatic as people are making it out to be. No one's stealing. This is just the music industry, the business side of it. It's very corrupt and it's deceiving as fuck. I remember figuring this out myself for the first time, and I felt so lied to and betrayed. But then it's kind of like, that's why I kind of just don't fuck with the music industry anymore. It's just so shit and fake. Anyways, guys, give me your thoughts in the comments. Can JLo recover from this? Why do you think no one likes JLo? I'm going to kind of do some more videos dissecting, you know, I'm Real and shit like that, showing that she actually does sing. So we will get into that when it comes to time. But in the meantime, like, comment, subscribe. Until next time.